Study Guide to Tsgt October 1st, 2023 44. Section 12B, Resources and Organizational Structure 12.6, Resource Management. Improving performance requires both planning and execution. For organizational change to be effective, planning and execution generally must include redesign or coordination on the following 5 interrelated fronts. Organization and people. Human resources are the key to future viability and organizational growth in a continuous learning environment. Although processes and other front factors may change, focus should remain on providing workers with appropriate knowledge, skills, experiences, and tools. Technology. Technology is a crucial enabling factor that allows compression of cycles, lead time, distance, and broader access to information and knowledge assets. Technology also eliminates barriers between customers and suppliers. Policies, legislation, and regulations. Changing existing policies, regulations, and legislation may be required for new processes. Physical infrastructure. Physical facilities, equipment, and tools should be designed to support and maximize changes in workflow, information technology, and human resources. Process. The flow of work and information into and throughout the organization must be redesigned using standard continuous process improvement methodologies. 12.7. Doctrine, organization, training, material, leadership and education, personnel, and facilities. DOTMLPF. The acronym DOTMLPF is used by the Department of Defense to describe a thought process that considers a broad spectrum of elements or requirements to generate informed, conclusive solutions to problems, future requirements, strategic direction, and performance improvement. DOTMLPF is defined as a process that considers solutions involving any combination of these elements. DOTMLPF serves as a valuable mnemonic for staff planners to consider for certain issues prior to undertaking new efforts. Because combatant commanders define requirements in consultation with the Office of the Secretary of Defense, they are able to consider gaps in the context of strategic direction for the U.S. Armed Forces and influence the direction of requirements earlier in the acquisition process. Here is an example of how DOTMLPF would be interpreted in the military context. Doctrine, the way we fight, emphasizing maneuver warfare, combined air-ground campaigns. Organization, how we organize the fight, divisions, air wings, task forces. Training, how we prepare to fight tactically, basic military training, advanced individual training, unit training, joint exercises. Material, all the stuff necessary to equip the forces, weapons, spares, so we can operate effectively. Study Guide to Tsgt October 1st, 2023 45. Leadership and education, how we prepare leaders to lead the fight from squad leaders to 4 stars, professional development. Personnel, availability of qualified people for peacetime, wartime, and various contingency operations. Facilities, real property, installations, and industrial facilities, government-owned ammunition production facilities that support the forces. 12.8. Organizational structure, balancing precision with flexibility. Organizational design should be determined based on the organization's overall mission and strategy, taking into consideration the environment, size, and pace of technology. In determining how an organization should be structured, it is important to balance the need for precision, need to maintain order, decrease ambiguity, and ensure direction is followed, with the need for flexibility, potential need to adapt quickly and encourage innovation. The pros and cons of various organizational structures are briefly described here. Mechanistic, bureaucratic structure. A mechanistic or bureaucratic organizational structure is vertically arranged. Communication and decision-making begin at the top and then filter downward. In this type of organizational structure, there is very little involvement of low-level members in decision-making. Employees work in teams based on task specialty, and there is a heavy reliance on rules. The mechanistic system lends itself well to an organization where strategy or goals are geared toward efficiency and tasks need to be accomplished quickly and accurately. A stable environment that requires little flexibility is often conducive to a mechanistic structure. Also, if the size of an organization is intermediate to large, more structure may be necessary. Unfortunately, organizations with a mechanistic structure may find that job satisfaction suffers because subordinates basically do as they are told with little to no contribution to how things are done. Organic structure. An organic organization has horizontal and vertical communication, allowing communication to occur up and down as well as across departments and among coworkers without bureaucratic lines. Crosstalk and opinions are encouraged among employees to allow more involvement in decision-making and contribution into how things are done. The flexibility involved in day-to-day operations facilitates technological advancements and allows employees to be more adaptable as changes arise. The organic organization strategy is often geared toward innovativeness and creativity. The computer software industry is a good example of one that requires a creative design. The environment is unstable, with change being the norm rather than the exception. Organizations with organic structure are most often small to moderate, apply new technology through adaptation rather than compliance, and employ research and development that is creative rather than restrictive. The sharing of information and the participative environment increases worker satisfaction and often produces well-rounded decisions. Unfortunately, an organic structure may slow down the implementation process, lead to low efficiency, and reduce standards. Diverse structure. Because there are advantages and disadvantages of mechanistic and organic organizations, organizations with a diverse design incorporate both mechanistic and organic structures to accomplish the mission. The diverse design is used when the organization needs the rigid structure of the mechanistic organization in some areas and the flexibility of the organic organization in others. For example, administrative sections often have specific rules to follow when processing performance reports, decorations, and orders. For this purpose, a mechanistic system would be appropriate. In the Study Guide to Tsgt October 1st, 2023 46. Same organization, a training section may be hindered by a rigid mechanistic system. Therefore, an organic system would be more effective to allow for more frequent innovation in how training is delivered. Matrix structure. The matrix design is basically an organizational design or team within a mechanistic, organic, or diverse organization. A matrix design is usually best for addressing a temporary need within an organization. Therefore, it is short-lived, and the overall organizational structure remains intact. A matrix design brings workers from different sections or organizations together to serve a particular function. Within the matrix design, employees or team members have two bosses. The functional boss writes their performance report and schedules normal duty hours, and the project boss or team leader ensures the task at hand is accomplished appropriately. The strength of the matrix design lies in the pooling of expertise and resources. The weakness lies in the confusion of who is in charge.